friend, now we are going to start the, we already start the endocrine system. So, in endocrine system, endocrine glands are, so we already discussed about the various endocrine gland. Now we start the pancreas and adrenal gland. So, pancreas is nothing, it is just a heterocrine lobulated gland. So, heterocrine lobulated gland, this is the structure of the pancreas, and in pancreas many lobules are present. So, many lobules present, so that's we call lobulated gland. So, in pancreas there are, it is heterocrine gland. So, it contains both exocrine as well as endocrine part. So, exocrine part which secretes digestive juices and pancreatic juices. So and the endocrine parts secretes hormone. So, exocrine part is called acinar cells and endocrine part is called islet of Langerhans. So, this is the outer structure of the pancreas which is situated below the stomach, and it extends and touch to the spleen area of the body. So, we cut the TS of the pancreas. So, in transverse section, so there are many acinar cells, about 90% acinar cells are present, and which surrounded to one of the endocrine cells or endocrine glandular structure called islet of Langerhans. So, here is the acinar cell. So, acinar cells is exocrine cells which secrete digestive juices, which possess ducts, its own ducts. So, there are the lobular ducts, pancreatic ducts. So, in this way juices are transported and open into duodenum. Another, the main part is called islet of Langerhans. So, this is the islet, or inside the Langerhans cells, many cells are present. So first is beta cells, alpha cells, delta cell and gamma cells also. So these are the cells which secrete the various hormone structure. These are the cells which secretes various hormone structure. First, one by one we deal about the various cells. First is alpha cells. So, alpha cells produce glucagon. So, glucagon is produced by the alpha cells, and glucagon which help in the glucose metabolism. It controls glucose metabolism and help in glycogenolysis. So, glycogenolysis is nothing, it is just a breakdown of glycogen. So, glycogen here, the glycogen which split into glucose. So, this hormone help in increase the glucose level in blood. So it increase and it causes hyperglycemia. So, increased concentration of glucose is called hyperglycemia, and also includes gluconeogenesis as well as gluconeogenesis. So, gluconeogenesis is the another method where the non-carbohydrate synthesis of what? Non-carbohydrate synthesis of glucose. So, another and the last, it also activate in the cyclic AMP pathways. Cyclic AMP pathways means it is another way of the pathway where the second messenger cascade takes place, which takes place in plasma membrane by secretion of the adenyl cyclase enzyme. So, these are the main function of the glucagon. So, another is insulin. So, insulin is secreted from the beta cells. So, inside the Langerhans another cells are present called beta cells. So, beta cells secrete insulin and it acts antagonist to glucagon. And the main function is glycogenesis. So, it forms the glycogen. So, it convert the glucose convert into glycogen. This process take, ये जो प्रक्रिया होती है ये आपका this process takes place in liver. So this is the glucose which convert into glycogen. So more glycogen form inside the liver cells. So this is the reduce the level of the glucose. So decrease the glucose in blood and help in hypoglycemia. So it also acts as a fuel for glucose. Glucose and also help in induce protein synthesis. So this is the function. Another cell is delta cell. Delta cell secrete somatostatin, which have a inhibitory control. So it control both alpha and beta cells. So this is the delta cell which secrete somatostatin. Another cell is something lambda cells, F cells or F cells which secrete pancreatic polypeptide. So these hormones helps in induce the secretion of the pancreatic juices. So these hormones handle the secretion of the pancreatic juices. So this is the function of alpha, beta, delta and gamma. Okay. So this is all about related to the islet of Langerhans. It is endocrine gland, so which contain various cells, or we have already discussed about alpha cells, beta cells, delta cells and F cells. So their secretion which control glucose as well as inhibitory control, and also so one of the pancreatic polypeptide secreted from the F cells which help in induce the secretion of pancreatic juices. So this is all about pancreas having islet of Langerhans. So now another gland is called adrenal gland. So adrenal gland is also called suprarenal gland. This is also called suprarenal. Why it is called suprarenal gland? So it present above the kidney. It present above the kidney. Thus it is called suprarenal gland, and here is the kidney, and you can see the kidney, and above the or anterior part of the kidney these glands are present. This is called adrenal gland or suprarenal gland. So here is the adrenal gland. So adrenal gland differentiated into two parts. Outer part is called cortex and inner part is called medulla. So cortex secretes another hormones. So cortex, so here another we cut the cortex. So cortex differentiated into three layers. So first outer layer is called zona glomerulata, second zona fasciculata, third one zona reticulata, and here is the medulla part. So outer zona glomerulata, one by one we see. So one cortex, so this is zona glomerulata, here is the zona glomerulata cells, and it is the outer layer of cortex. It secretes mineralocorticoids. So the main mineralocorticoids is aldosterone. So how aldosterone works? So here is the kidney. So kidney which secretes, already we discussed, already studied in RAS system. So kidney which secretes renin when the GFR is reduced, renin which activate angiotensin, and active angiotensin act on distal tubules and secretes sodium ion, and so this is the aldosterone which help in sodium reabsorption process. So this is the aldosterone secreted from the this is adrenal cortex. So adrenal cortex, so this is the reabsorption of the and sodium reabsorption and decrease the potassium concentration. So help in increase sodium ion and decrease potassium ion, and also increase water in blood. So this is all about zona glomerulata. Another one is middle layer is called zona fasciculata. Zona fasciculata cells secrete glucocorticoid main glucocorticoids which control the carbohydrate, protein and fat metabolism. The main corticoids are cortisol, cortisone, dehydrocortisone. These are the various glucocorticoids. So, the main glucocorticoid which helps in increase the glucose level. So, it acts as an antagonist to insulin. So, these are the another is Zona Reticulata. So, Zona Reticulata secretes sex. Zona Reticulata, it is an inner layer, secretes sex corticoids. Sex corticoids is the main sex corticoids are androgen and androgen. So, in male, so androgen affect and help and produce gynecomastia. So, gynecomastia is the abnormal enlargement of the breast like female, and in female it shows virilism. Virilism means it shows the male behavior pattern in female. So, inducing high pitch of low voice like male, body is hair growth on the face and little grow like a mustache. So, these are the so this is the hypersecretion leads to a disease, that disease called Cushing syndrome, Cushing's disease, Cushing syndrome. In Cushing syndrome, high blood pressure, hyperglycemia, SATH level is very high. So, these are or low level under secretion leads into Addison disease. In Addison, low concentration of SATH also decrease the aldosterone decrease, low BP, it results in low BP. So, and person feels weakness, low energetic. So, these are the symptoms of. So, under secretion, Addison disease, over secretion, Cushing syndrome. So, it is all about related to adrenal gland. So, adrenal gland. So, now we know about the medulla. So, medulla is the inner layer. Here is the inner layer. This is the inner layer. Now, inner layer is called, this is inner layer, inner medulla, and medulla secrete two hormones. One is epinephrine and norepinephrine. So, epinephrine is stress hormone. So, it is also called 3F hormone, fear, fight and flight hormone. So, it increase during stress condition. So, these hormone induce the stress hormone and also affect our internal organ and block and induce our and prevent the proper functioning of our other systems. So, this is the function of the medulla or epinephrine, norepinephrine. So, this is all about related to these are the glands. So, one is pancreas, inside the pancreas islet of Langerhans, and another is adrenal gland, as well as another gland is pineal gland. It present in the brain region just behind the epithalamus. So, pineal gland is very powerful. Its function is still unknown. So, the main function is control the biological rhythm, day night rhythm. It secretes melatonin, serotonin hormone. So, these hormones help in the day night condition, biological rhythm. This is still unknown about. So pineal gland. So these are the glands of endocrine system. So, this is all about. Okay, thank you.